Hi everybody and welcome to Des and Lauren. Today we'll be talking about the future of our electoral bill and why it matters.
Well, at the moment, the Speaker of Parliament, as we've reported recently, and this is a follow-up, is irate with Chief Justice Raymond Zondo and accusing him of not being impartial. They had a meeting on Wednesday and it was supposed to be for an hour. It carried on for 3 hours. And clearly, Raymond Zondo said his piece. And now what the Speaker of Parliament is trying to do is make the people think that the Concord can't rule on these two cases against the current Electoral Act before the Concord because he's already given his opinion based on the Zondo report, which is separate to him being appointed as the Chief Justice. So under the Zondo Commission, he made a statement where he wants the President of the country to be elected directly, to be more accountable to the people, and for MPs to be elected in their constituencies, also directly elected, in other words, not within a party setup. And someone actually said here that this comes as a surprise out of nowhere. Thank you, people, for your effort and what you've put in. It's obviously reached the Chief Justice. So, Lauren, let's look at the article.
The Speaker is no longer certain the Chief Justice is impartial as a key case goes to the Concord. That is the headline, and the link will be in the description of this article. Chief Justice Raymond Zondo and Parliament's most senior leaders may have held a cordial meeting this week, but the tension between the state actors is unlikely to mellow. The problem is it's up to people in parties to change a system that won't be in their own favor, which is an impossible. So we've reached a stalemate in our political system, and in our electoral system specifically.
I think it's good that we've reached this point, because now it highlights what you've been saying all along, that the system is broken. And all Zondo has done is he's actually highlighted this. And I believe our efforts have paid off. We've put a lot of time and effort into this. Many of you have campaigned for it, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. A lot of people are seeing the simplicity of what we are recommending, what OM has come up with. So those of you that are new to this concept, the Chief Justice must have somehow heard of what we are proposing, and he literally put it in the Zondo report. And Parliament is saying, but we don't have to implement this, we don't have to listen to this, and they're right. But there's two cases before the Concord against this new bill, and this is where the crux lies now. If they rule that Parliament hasn't done what they were supposed to, as Raymond Zondo has now said at this meeting, then Parliament is in trouble because they would have violated the Constitution. It brings the 2024 elections into jeopardy.
Yes, which that's why I never have too much faith in the legal system and using the legal system to try achieve what you want. And I would like to know in the comments if you personally would like to vote directly for the President of the country, or are you happy with members of Parliament doing that for you? Are you happy with members of Parliament voting for the President on your behalf? Which do you prefer? A system where you vote for the President, or a system where the President gets elected in Parliament? Please let us know in the comments. I'd love to get an understanding of what people think.
Also with regards to MPs, whether you believe you would want to elect an MP that comes from your constituency, 400 constituencies in the country, where you will be able to hold the person accountable. And I think from the Zondo report, it became easy for Raymond Zondo to realize that this is the only way. What you have proposed is the only way forward.
You can't have a party independent mix system.
No.
There's going to be a disaster.
And that's what he's saying. He's saying that you have not done what the Concord is actually saying, or what we found. You have not fulfilled that mandate. And what the Speaker is rightfully saying is that he is now dabbling into the realm of politics, and there's actually someone that has defended him and said it's only his opinion, which I find interesting. They had an official meeting.
Well, we do know that the system needs to change. It's just that currently, without OM taking it further, if OM ceases to exist, currently Zondo and the country is relying on Parliament, which is made up of political parties.
And this is why we need you to vote for OM in the 2024 elections. Yeah. In the national elections why we need people to vote for that change in the system. And I'm an avid Ohm supporter. I believe in the plan. I believe it's a solid plan. And we just need to get more people on board, like Raymond Zondo has embraced the idea. And this mixed system that many people have subverted us with,
not going to work.
It can't work. It's not possible. We are seeing the evidence of that, where the Speaker of Parliament is literally attacking the judiciary. And this is becoming a problem because this is not just a stalemate, it's actually a constitutional crisis.
Well, our country is in a crisis. The system probably should have changed ages ago.
Yeah.
And we've just been going along with things because it served a lot of people. A lot of people have benefited from the system as it currently stands, as messed up as it is. And the other problem is that the South African populace in general is very ignorant when it comes to how a democracy works and how government works. Even the current system as it stands, people do not understand. A lot of people don't understand the difference between national and local elections. Do you know the difference between national and local elections? Did you know that the last elections that were held were local governments and that the elections coming up are national and provincial? A lot of people don't even know that.
For many years, I didn't know that because I wasn't interested. I was one of the guilty parties, and things have changed in the world that forced me
so getting rid of political parties, you're no longer ticking your mark next to a brand you're familiar with. You now actually have to invest time and energy in getting to know who your candidates are. It's hard work to be a citizen in a true democracy.
And that is why we're not a democracy.
I'd also like to know in the comments, are you willing to put in the hard work it takes to be in a democracy?
Or would you be willing to put yourself forward as a candidate? As well.
This is what it's going to take, and I think it's not necessarily the answer people want to hear.
Absolutely not. I think it's easy for people to just go stand in a queue every 5 years and make a tick somewhere and then close their eyes, put their heads in the sand.
It's easy to complain about a party. It's much harder to hold your own participation in a democracy accountable. So I'd love to know in the comments, what price are you willing to pay to ensure tyranny never reigns in South Africa again?
And we're seeing signs of tyranny now, especially with the statements that the Speaker has made. They're actually frightening. And if you go and read this article, it is for subscribers on News 24. If you go and read the article, then you will understand that there is a huge crisis, a huge threat, not only to the 2024 elections, but a constitutional crisis. Because our constitution doesn't deal with these issues. As Lauren said, we should have changed these things a long time ago.
I'm looking forward to reading all your comments, and we'll try reply to as many as possible. And it's really important that we engage other people in this discussion. We only have just under 50,000 people on this channel. There's 40 million South Africans, so it's up to you.
Adults that can vote, yeah.
It's not your job to convince people that we need system change, but you can play a role in just asking questions to help other people question how things work here in South Africa, how our political system works. So just opening the channels of communication can make all the difference in reaching other people and helping them think differently about the future of the political landscape here in South Africa.
Please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you will be notified when we place more videos in future, and become a part of this community. Consider joining the channel as a member and watching our live streams and Zoom sessions that we do with the members. And thank you so much for all your support. Remember to like and share this video so more people will be able to see it.